Oh. What time is it right now?
It's like 10.
Oh, guys, we get started right now.
Guys.
You guys, it's starting right now. We need to start all
What time is it right now?
We don't need to.
We're live.
There's somebody watching here, so.
Hey everyone.
So this is going to be the most action that you and Shannon have had in your bedroom in a long time. Josh, there's going to be a lot of people watching.
No, we've already done this before.
Are we really live?
Yeah, we are live. There's people watching right now. Okay. Yeah, there are.
Shannon,
you want me?
You want to go by yourself?
All right.
We're just getting set up, guys. Shannon's just getting her Facebook Live. Thanks for joining us. Is it glitching out?
It's live right now.
Yeah.
We have 10 people. Okay. We're not really smooth at this computer.
We're not professional. We're just doing what we can, right? Find one. Doesn't give me stuff.
That was what it was doing at the funeral. I don't know.
Well,
Can't do it.
All right, well, thank you for those who are on and joining. Let's see.
can we just share Shannon's thing once we record it here?
We certainly can. Yeah, you can. I think you can share it any way that you want. So just for those of you who are a little nervous about this is always a little weird for me personally, but this is coming through the Live Like Lilli.
Right.
So this is Josh Nielsen, Stacy and I's brother-in-law. As many of you are aware, they lost their little daughter Layla just a couple weeks ago. And this is Shannon. You got it, Shanny?
Yes.
You should be able to set it right on the screen there. So what we've got going on here is we've got it on the Live Like Lilli page as well as the Shannon Levitt Nielsen Facebook page. So if one of them glitches out, go on to the other, and we hope that it will work and go through.
Are you posting yours public?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I didn't know. Do I have to do that?
You should already be.
I'm gonna go again. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry guys, I'm gonna finish this and I'm gonna cancel it. Did I finish it? Sorry guys, this is also new to us. I'm just gonna do something really fast because there's so many people at public. Kids, it's public.
Unless you change it.
Okay, so now I'm going to just start again.
Yep.
I think we got it.
Thank you for being patient with us. Here you start. Okay, so here.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, maybe we're gonna start now. Okay, so we just wanted to say thank you to everyone who is coming here to join us tonight. I know this has been like a complete whirlwind for myself and Josh, and I'm honored to have my sister Stacy. She's 2 years older than myself, and then her husband Josh Nearing. Like we were saying, if you have problems with this video, just go to Live Like Lilli, their Facebook, and that's where it will be showing as well. So if there's any glitches or anything, just go to ours or to the Live Like Lilli Lilli page, and that'll help you out. But you guys, I want you to know that what we have experienced in the last 2 weeks, my husband and I, with the passing of our baby Layla, we have noticed how hard this is, how hard grieving is, and how your world can be completely turned around when you least expect it. And with all the comments and all the people who have been flooding into my feed of comments and text messaging and the overwhelming support that we have felt, we have felt impressed to just get on here, be real with you guys. I'm not always going to say the right things. We're not professionals at this. We have no idea what we're doing. All we're doing is sharing our thoughts with you, and we're trying to connect to those people who may need support as well. And so we're going to be real with you. People have asked, Shannon, how are you so strong during this? You just lost your baby 2 weeks ago. And I haven't been strong. I haven't been strong at all. I've had moments where I'm strong, but I've had moments where I just want to stay in my bed all day and not get up. And it has literally been the hardest thing I've ever dealt with. I've never cried so much in my life. I've never felt so much sadness in my life. And when they asked how I do it, this is my answer always. It's with God and with the support that I've had. So God has been my healer. He's the reason why I'm able to wake up and I'm able to go through my morning in the morning. There we go. Morning in the morning. And I realized that my reality is not what I want, but I have to get out of that bed and I have to move forward. But there are days that I grieve really hard. But my big support, though, is my sister. When I sat in that hospital, I didn't know what to do. I sat on the ground and just basically weeping to God. Why do I have to go through this? Why? And I did not even know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was feeling. I was just feeling anger and mad and like, how could this ever be my destiny, you know? And I remember just being, I have to call my sister. I have to call my sister. And she's the only one that would understand what I'm really going through, because there's so much other support, but I just felt like my sister was the one that would understand. So I called her up and I said, I can't do this. How did you do this? How did you ever do this? Like, I can't do this. And she said, Shannon, let it out. Allow yourself to mourn. Be mad. Allow yourself to feel these feelings. And I think that's what gave me the ability to know that I can mourn the way I want to mourn. So many of you out there are saying, it's been 27 years and I'm still sad and I can't find joy in my life. And I want you to know that's how I feel days, on certain days where I'm just like, I can't even find joy. I can't even find reasons to smile. I don't even want to see people. That's my reality right now. And I can't stay here. And so I'm glad that I have support. They've been 2.5 years into this when their daughter passed away. And I see them now and I look up to them as parents because they have 5 other children right now. And they are amazing parents. They are the light to so many. And I always question why and how. And I've learned from them that there is a different way than what many of us are feeling like we want to do. There's a better way. And so with God and with finding that one person or a community or a group of people to be able to mourn with them and really feel the feelings, I think that's how I've been able to really move forward. But I could talk all day about this. So that's my way. I have my support group. I have God as my number one, and I know He has a better plan for me. But I'm just overwhelmed with their support that's really allowed me to have, but also my husband, who has been strong but weak at the same time. But we kind of have promised each other that we have to do this together no matter what, because Satan's trying to wreck our relationship, and that's what he does, right? So I'm going to end right now because I could talk forever.
Thanks, Jenny. And, you know, there's one of the things that is just unique about this whole situation is it's clear in life that things happen for reasons. We meet people at certain periods of time in our life, and things happen at certain periods of time so that good can be accomplished. And all of us throughout the world right now have done this crazy COVID upside down life turning event, but in a lot of ways this window of opportunity has allowed Stacy and I to come and spend some time with Josh and Shannon that would probably not have otherwise been possible. So I'm thankful to have them be able to open up their hearts and their home for Stacy and I. And as Shannon explained, this journey is hard. You feel deep hurt and you feel things that you've never felt before and that you might not ever want to feel again, but there is light. And one of the things that Stacy and I have experienced over the last couple of years, it's actually today is 2 years and 8 months to the day that Lilli passed away. And our life has been changed dramatically by that event, and particularly the opportunity to find, we were served by so many, just as I've seen hundreds and thousands serve Josh and Shannon in the last 2 weeks, which has been so impressive. Stacy and I have also been served by so many people that we don't know, people that we have not seen, people that we just in so many ways. And we in turn have felt very, very inspired to do that same thing, is to turn this hard thing into our life into opportunities to serve. And whenever I've been out in the little ways or big ways that we've been out doing service for other people, that has been the most healing part for me. I mean, Stacy and I have felt Lilli present in the most tangible and most real ways through that service, and be able to see the light that comes into other people's eyes when you serve them heals my heart in ways that almost nothing else can accomplish. And so I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful for all of you who have served Josh and Shannon. I want to extend my thanks.
Thank you.
I use the word humiliating because it is amazing to me, I guess, how truly humbling and how just it puts you to your knees, and it makes you so almost exposed by the goodness of people that makes you want to be better. It's a humiliation that brings a goodness about that is pure and wonderful.
Okay, I guess it's my turn. Sorry, I am like falling off this bench right here. Like, so, no, we've talked about this. Obviously, Stacy and Josh have been amazing. I don't know what we've done without their guidance and support. This is no family should go through this, but to have 2 sisters that have gone down this path and to be married to 2 Joshes, it's just. And a lot of
trial in and of itself.
And a lot of people don't realize that our baby girl, her middle name was named after their daughter. And just we have so many connections. But today I just want to real briefly talk about like what's been helping me so far. I have so many friends that have reached out to me, and I am a total jokester. I'll be honest. I do. I play practical jokes all the time. I tease my wife. Every time she comes to the house, I like hide under tables and chairs and grab her legs. That's my personality. And what I've noticed is after this, I stopped doing that. I stopped kind of like living. I stopped trying to find joy. And one of my buddies just kind of reached out and says, you gotta laugh. You gotta laugh again. And I totally agree with that. Like I had to listen to some comedy. One of my favorite guys, Jim Gaffigan. Oh, he is funny. The other day I was laughing again, and I just realized like I've got to start living. Because if I don't, then I'm not going to bring honor to my little baby girl. My whole life with Layla was about laughter. Every moment I woke up with her, I tickled her until the point where she almost peed her pants, and then she'd be giggling, and then I'd put raspberries in her mouth and grapes and fill it up till it's so full, and then she'd just giggle with me. My whole life was laughter with that little girl. And I just realized that it's part of loving is laughing again. And so I know there's so many people out there that have reached out to me, and I'm not exaggerating. We've had literally over thousands of messages sent to us. I have literally had people from England, from the Philippines, from around the world that have contacted me about the loss of their own child. I mean, just unbelievable, the outreach. And all of them say that very similar things. Those that have coped with it is that they found a way to put this into meaning, and like I've said, when I was holding her hand on my first video, it's like, I've got to learn to love like Layla, whatever that means. I've got to learn to go there. And so part of that is I've got to learn to find joy and laughter again in life. And so I've tried to get back to laughing again. And that's been so healing for me. And my wife is totally different from me. Like I'll share one little story. When we're in the hospital, it's appropriate. What is wrong with you? So I had my train of thought. He just lost it. Forgive me a second. Okay. So we're in the hospital, and I was holding my little girl. She's been dead for maybe 45 minutes. And the psychiatrist, the ward, the hospital therapist came in, and she's like, "How are you guys doing?" I was just holding her and bawling my eyes out. And I was telling her how I was feeling, and she was asked my wife how I was feeling, and she's like, "Guys, this is totally normal." And then she said something that totally sparked I couldn't believe. And I made a couple jokes. She asked me that I need to start coloring again, and like I need to color to get my feelings out on paper. And I am not a color guy. Like my wife's into photography and art. My kids love it. I draw stick figures. That is literally. And I told her, I'm like, you want me to draw stick figures to help me to cope with this? And she's like, yes. I'm like, what are stick figures going to do for me? How is this going to help me? And she said, draw stick figures. Like, well, my stick figures are going to have like swords, and they're going to go battle against your stick figures. And the lady's like, bring the battle on, man. And I'm just like, I just started laughing. And right then I just realized that I'm going to be okay. And then she turned to me and she said, you guys are going to make it. I'm like, how do you know this? Our daughter's been dead for like literally 45 minutes. How can you say we're going to make this? And she said, because you guys, you're laughing and joking. She said, do you know what I normally see? I come into these rooms. There's a woman or a husband on the ground yelling and screaming. One won't let the other spouse in because they're blaming them, or they'll tell them they'll never, ever forgive them. Or both the spouses will leave the hospital and they won't even see their baby, or they won't talk to each other, or the world's worst matches. We've had a police come in. I mean, I've seen the worst of worst that happens in these circumstances. And you guys are still holding your baby and laughing. That's why you're going to make it. And so I just realized, like, I've got to find a way to make it. We have too many kids. We have too many children that are counting on us. I told my wife, we are not going to lose all of our children because of this. And we've got to find a way to laugh again, to love again. Because if we don't, then we've lost Layla. Her life was about joy and love. And so for all those that are coping out there, especially guys, if someone making you draw something and you don't feel like drawing something, like, dude, do your own thing, stick figures. I mean, but you got to cope in your way. And if it's going hunting or shooting or going boating or whatever, like, you've got to find that love again in life, because you can't resent living, because life is beautiful and you've got to find that life, that love again. So that's my message to you, is that I hope and pray this is so fresh to us, but that, we're learning. Yeah, we're learning. I'm learning to laugh at myself. We have had so many people reach out to us. Our neighbors are so awesome. They bought us all these meals, and for 5 days in a row, it was the same meal of lasagna.
Like
every day was lasagna. It was awesome. But I laughed. I'm like, I bet they bring lasagna, and they brought another lasagna.
Serve like 15 people, so I'll give them
So
credit.
I just certain these things, I just had to chuckle at life because I couldn't take myself too serious. And so that's my thing, is
That's been a blessing for me.
to learn to laugh, and especially at yourself. I can't take this too serious, or I'll lose the very love I have for life, and dishonor my little girl, because she just brought me so much love and laughter. So that's my little
and for the neighbors that brought lasagna,
thank you.
I'm very grateful, because
I was so grateful.
I've been doing an extra measure of running as a result of the lasagna, and that's good for me.
So I would say, for me, over the past 2.5 years, I would say Shannon talked about support, and that was a psychiatrist came and talked to me after it was an automobile accident, and he came into the room and told me, if you have support, you're going to make it. And then when and I had people, like, amazing. I still get teary thinking about the support that I had and the many earthly angels that ministered to our family and continue to do so. And then when Layla passed away, I said to my friends, I said, if she has people like I had people, she's going to make it. And she has. It's been so amazing to be here and witness such love and such ministering from earthly angels to them. It's been such a blessing. And Josh talked about service, and that truly has been another thing that if you look outside of yourself, there was times when I was in the lowest of lows when it just hit me, and it was probably months after it happened, and I had the feeling like I should serve someone, and I said, I don't feel like serving anyone. I'm hurting. How can I even give anymore? And I would have that feeling again, serve someone, and I did, and it helped. It doesn't mean it took all the pain away. It doesn't mean I was automatically happy, but it helped. It was like another little healing balm. And as Josh Nielsen said about laughter and love, that's so true, and I'll touch on that. But I just wanted to say that another thing that has helped me is gratitude. And I like to say my little motto is gratitude is like magic, because as I was in this hard time, and still it hits me, but in the beginning it's so raw. But as I looked for things that I was grateful for, and there was so many things, I didn't have to look far because of the outpouring of love. But as I looked at that, my heart swelled with gratitude, and that brought me healing and a peace that I don't think anything else could. But as you look for even the little things, even during this COVID-19 or anything that you're grieving for, I just had the thought, we're to look for like at least one thing that I was grateful for during this time of just, being home, and the kids are at home, and it's amazing how my heart just swelled with love. And so I just know that as you look for things that you're grateful for, that it really does help heal you. And another thing that was such a big healing thing was we started a nonprofit called Live Like Lilli. And our motto is see good, do good, share good. And so we help spread that throughout our community. And we've been doing that. And I tell you, with this, that a loss of a daughter, the lowest of lows. But as we've done these events and spread good for those people, you experienced highest of highs. And it's absolutely amazing. And so that has truly been a healing balm for me. And Josh and Shannon are going to partner with us. We want to join forces, and we want to spread good. And we actually want to include any one of you who would want to spread that good also, because we want to just fill the earth with good.
And there's so many people like that. I mean, these wounds, somebody came and visited Josh and Shannon today, and I thought it was described really well. He lost his wife and son in a car accident, 30 years ago. And he told us today, which I'd never thought about, but he's correct. He said, you're never going to get rid of that black hole that's in your heart. That hole will always stay there because a part of you is literally gone. A part of your life and your heart that you love so deeply, and is gone. But we do have a choice what we let. And he said, whenever I think of that black hole or that hole in his heart, he says it's a blessing, it's a gift, because it reminds him again of what he can do to honor those people that were lost, what he can do to be a better man, to serve people like he was served, to lift and to strengthen and to treat people better than he did before this incident. And I really think that that's the gift that I think we want to try and give, and allow other people to join with us in doing that same thing.
Well, I'll be honest. Many of you are grieving, and sometimes you might think, you even ask me, like, I can't even get out of bed. I can't even do these things. How do you even like put a smile on your face? How do you do these things? And I'll be honest, Josh has allowed me to experience what service can do. You know, there's times that Josh is like, well, let's get up and just go say thank you to these people. I'm like, are you serious? Like right now I'm grieving and I'm sad. And he's like, no, we need to get up and we need to go do this. It may be the hardest thing you will ever do, but it will be the best thing you will ever do. And why we're saying, like, you guys, we want you to be part of this is I think there's so many people out there grieving and like they've lost someone. Maybe it's a divorce. Maybe it's a sadness. Maybe it's a sickness. Maybe it's just a mental issue that we have, but we are all grieving in our own way. And today someone came over and they were just like, I don't feel like I shouldn't even be talking to you about my issue because yours is so much worse. And I'm like, no, let's all talk about it. Let's be real with each other and let's like mourn with those who mourn. And I think that's really what we need to do here. We don't know how we're going to do it, but all I know is the reason why we're on Facebook right now is because we feel like with more people, with more experiences, with the love of people and really committing and being there for each other, we can create something wonderful and great, and we can spread kindness and love throughout the world. Because you guys, you know what? I was praying today, God, just help me know what I'm to do. I don't know what I'm to do. Like, why do I have to go through this? What am I even meant to do? I want to do the best I can. And I may not know. I'm taking it step by step, and I'm going to fall back sometimes and I'm going to get back up. But mamas and daddies out there and anyone that's lost anybody, we feel your pain, and we're just trying to make it easier so we can move forward instead of backwards, because we know darn well if we move backwards, we're just going darker and darker, and that's not what we're meant to do. So I really say, please join with us, you guys, and we're going to do some cool things, and we love ideas and support and just all of that. All of you that have lost somebody, this isn't just live like Lily, love like Layla. This is love and live like whoever you lost, okay? This is big. This is bigger than what we're just saying right here. So
it's a lot of L's, and we don't even know what the L we're going to do.
He practiced that joke for 5 minutes. But no, like I'm just laughing because my wife's Facebook thing.
Sorry, guys.
Totally went out. And so there, this whole moment I was looking down and I was just chuckling. I was like, it's just, you just got to laugh at things. But we'll be doing this. We're going to do this every Sunday. If we have any suggestions or ideas, topics, but we're no experts, we're no pros, but we're families that have gone through this, and I'm so thankful for my sister and my brother-in-law, for them, I don't know how to say this, but like setting the path so others can follow. I mean, I don't know how we would have gone through this if we didn't see their example, and I know that sounds horrible, but like sometimes in life, people have to be the first and for others to follow. And I'm just thankful that they were just good people, because I know people that haven't gone this path, have gone to things that are destructive and that are miserable. And because of their example, I know that we can make it too. So thanks for following us. We ran way over our time. We're supposed to do 3 minutes each, and like that was way overshot. So you were on time. No, your joke right there took another minute. But we'll reach out again next Sunday around this time. So any final
Sunday
comments?
at 8 o'clock, just plan on it, Eastern Standard Time. And you guys, we just really want to be real with you, and we want to grieve with you. And so.
And if you know any good jokes, put them on the comments. I'm always looking for good jokes.
Okay.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys.
Bye, you guys.